would like to say that, you know, dick is not that important in a relationship. There are other things that count. So, cool. First of all, give it up for all the comedians tonight. I was in such a good mood that I was coming here. First of all, I would like to say fuck you to the guy who stole my helmet. Yeah, today, stole my helmet, and on the way here, I had to use this old ass helmet that I found in my villa without a visor, and it was terrible. On the way here, it's like if, I don't know, all the fucking mosquitoes and flies had a bukage all over my face. If you don't know what a bukage is, you're an innocent soul, stay that way. But the worst thing is every 2 seconds I had things in my eyes. I couldn't see anything, and I don't understand how you people can drive in Bali without a visor, unless you're Chinese, I guess. That would make more sense. I don't really have a transition for this next joke, so I'm just gonna talk about something else. Fuck it, it's my show, I do whatever the fuck I want, okay? I am terrified by the fact that in a few short months, I'm gonna become a father. Because being a father entails huge responsibilities, you know? Yeah, sure, the mother has the baby in her womb for 9 months, she gives birth, she's in there, yada yada yada. Me as a father, I am the one in charge of giving the child traumas. It's my job. That and not forgetting the kid in the car, but since I don't drive in Bali, I'm off to a good start. Now, it's not easy, because giving your child the right amount of daddy issues is a delicate balance, you know? It will go from ballet dancer to stripper, you know, it's not the same. It's not the fucking same. They both use their body to make a living, but the stripper makes way more money, you know? I've never been to the Nutcracker and made it rain. Never happened. And she knows what the Nutcracker is, because she's educated, not like you. They were like, Nutcracker, is you talking about sex? No. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely want to give my child traumas. I absolutely want to give my child traumas, because I want my child not to be a boring ass adult, you know? But I want to give my child enough trauma that he will build a personality and it's gonna be funny, but not too much that when he's in his late 20s, early 30s, he'll move too good, you know? Yeah, that's too much. And then he'll change his name in Moonlight, and he'll become a Tantra meditation master. None of that shit. I don't want my child that when he sees new people, he goes, Namaste. None of that shit. I want to give enough trauma that he will want to see a psychologist for most of his adult life, but not too much that he will want to see a life coach, you know? It's a fine line. Enough trauma that they want to date Russian women, but not too much that they want to marry one like his father did, because that shit was bad, you know? And I want my child to be strong, but not a bully, you know? To be brave, but not an idiot. To be compassionate, but not a fucking vegan, you know? That's what I want my child to be. You know, if there's gonna be some words that are not gonna be allowed in my house. You know, repress, it's not a good word. Detest, it's not a good word. And especially manifest, I don't want that shit in my fucking house, okay? And if I'll have a baby girl, I want her to know that she can do anything in her life, but she needs to take responsibility of her own action. I don't want her to build excuses. You know, being a woman, it's not an excuse, it's a point of pride. Being mixed race is not an excuse, it's a point of pride. And especially Mercury in retrograde and the full moon is not an excuse. If you act like a bitch, it means you're a fucking bitch. It's not Mercury, okay? Learn that shit. Just own it. Just fucking own it, okay? Right. And if I'll have a baby boy, I will teach him when the time is right that the way to a woman's heart is through empowering her. Empowering her by licking her pussy. If you lick her pussy right, she's yours forever, okay? And if you don't know how to, I see many confused faces here. Sir, are you okay? Yeah. She's like, yes, it doesn't know, it doesn't. If you don't know how to, just start by writing the alphabet with your tongue. And that is why the best pussy lickers in the world are the Chinese. Because you got it late. You still didn't get it. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. You'll get there eventually. But my father never told me that. My father never told me any of that things related. And that's why the first time I had, my first intimate encounter with a woman, it was a disaster. I just turned 15 years old. And at that point, I only kissed 3 girls in my life. And I'm sure many of you can relate. This is the way it would go all the time. So you go and you're young and you kiss a girl, so you go down to grab her booty and she put the hands up. And then you would try again and she would put the hands up. And you go there like that for hours and hours. And of course after you go to your friends and say you had anal sex. But that's what we do. That's what we do. I'm a gentleman. But that night I was with my friends at the harbor. I start talking to this girl. And turns out she's a tourist from Finland. And at one point she tells me, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 18 and a half. And she was like, oh wow. I'm like, yeah, oh wow. She was like, oh, you're too young. I'm 25. And I'm like, fuck. But we keep on talking. We end up on the beach and we start kissing. And when we start kissing, I do what I always do. I go down because I know she's going to take my hand away. So I go down to grab her booty and she leaves it there. And I'm like, oh shit, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I was like, okay. With the other hand, I grab her booby and she leaves it there. And I'm like, all right, Chris, it's the moment you've been waiting for. You got this, you got this. I go around with the hand, touch her, the punani, and because I'm completely lost and inexperienced, I start touching it the same way you touch a dog when you say sit, and the dog. So I start petting. I'm like, good girl, good girl. Yes, you like that. You like that. So by now we're both very confused about what the fuck I'm doing. So she takes the initiative and she lifts her pants, inviting me to go skin to skin, And I'm like, all right. And I just park it there. It stays there. Oh, hey, no. And in my mind, I'm like, this is way stickier than I thought it would be. And it also sounded like when you mix a bowl of mac and cheese, like, it's weird. It's kind of weird, but hey. And then it dawns on me, I'm like, maybe I should move my finger. I'm like, And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, Chris, now it's time for your secret weapon. Well, it's not that secret, it's the fifth finger, you only have 5 fingers. After that, I don't know what to do. I hope she fucking enjoys it. And so, because I'm Italian, I go. Got too tired, I just stood up and left. I didn't say a word, she didn't say a word, and then I started, I started walking back to my friends like this, and then when I met them, I was like, yeah. Now, of course, I have way more experience. Obviously, I don't make those mistakes, but still, it happens that I have weird sexual encounters. So my girlfriend, I'm going to tell you about my girlfriend. She speaks a lot of different languages. I know that you're probably thinking, why is he saying that? Because of the weird sexual encounters, but bear with me. So she speaks many languages, and one of the languages she speaks is Wakanda. Now, Wakanda is not a real language, but she speaks Xhosa, which is the language that they used in Black Panther. And I learned that the first time we had sex, which is a little bit weird. So, and the Xhosa is a South African, one of many South African languages, also known as the clicking language. Don't be like, yes, I know, you don't know shit, motherfucker, Dutch, motherfucker. So, what happened is this, you know, it was our first night, we were having sex, I was on top of her, you know, I was grinding, doing my thing, you know, and she was also there. And she was awake, as I recollect. And at one point, you know, when I was about to finish, there's something that I always do. I announce it. I don't announce it. I don't go, hear thee, I'm about to ejaculate unto die, my lady. No, I usually go, I'm coming. Because I don't want the girl to be surprised when she sees me rolling my eyes and scream like a wounded animal. So, that's what I do, you do too? Yeah. It's courtesy, you know, it's nice. So I was there, and I go, I'm coming. And she goes, Ibambe. Now, if you're familiar with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm a huge fan. I've seen every movie at least 5 times. If you're familiar, you will know that Ibambe is what the Black Panther says to his army before attacking. Which, in Xhosa, simply means hold it. But I didn't have that piece of information at the time. Because, you know, she wanted a few more seconds of, you know, Chris goodness. That's what she wanted. I can't blame her, you know. And even though it's not that helpful, I mean, if I'm about to come and you say hold it, you maybe buy a few seconds. If you want me to last long, you have to tell me at least, I don't know, an hour before, so I buy Viagra and I use it. But doesn't matter. So I was there, and I go, I'm coming, and she go, Ibambe, and so in that second before nothing, I start thinking about Black Panther, about the Avengers, my dick becomes even harder, and so, they're good looking man, and so I end up coming while screaming, Wakanda forever! And that's why she fell in love with me. It's true, it's all true. And now, when we're in public, this is our secret. It's not really an ending, but I like to say that so everyone will know now. These are like secret code. Now, every time we're in public, I'm surrounded by people, if she gets horny, she looks at me and she goes, thank you very much, this was my set. Give it up, come on.